Colorado brings in an almost entirely new running back room for 2024. What can we expect from this revamped room, and will we actually be running the ball? All coming at you next.
Give me my theme music!
What's up, Buffs Nation, and welcome to Buffs News Weekly. I am your host, Russ Dornish. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe as we are getting so close to 2,000 subscribers. Let's see if we can hit that before the first game of the season. So please share this video around. This week is another position breakdown rather than the news, as I am on my end of the summer vacation. We will go back to the regular news on August 10th, so be on the lookout for that video to drop. Today, we are going to be looking at the running back room, but also what our running offense might look like for the 2024 season. Of course, if you followed the Buffs last year, you know that we did not run the ball very much. The only real success we saw from running the ball and our running backs seemed to be on screens and getting them into space through the pass. In the end, for the total season, Colorado only rushed for 1,300 yards total, while giving up more than 2,300 yards to opponents. Now, if you also include lost yards from sacks and other plays, Colorado saw a net of 827 yards total. On top of that, the leading rushers for Colorado were Dylan Edwards with 321 yards and Anthony Hankerson with 319 yards, both of whom are no longer with the program and have transferred out. In fact, the only returning running backs to this program on the roster currently were walk-ons Charlie Offerdahl and Christian Sarum. Charlie, of course, earned his scholarship this offseason, so he'll be a part of the scholarship running back room. So that means that nearly the entire running back room is completely new. Besides the running back changes, the biggest change that could affect Colorado's run game is the switch in scheme with Pat Shurmur taking over the offense for Sean Lewis, who departed for San Jose State. Now, we still don't know fully what the offense will look like under Shurmur, as Shurmur has been known to be very adaptable to his personnel. And while in his career he has been fairly balanced while also understanding the need to establish the run, Shurmur goes into 2024 with probably one of the most talented quarterbacks he has ever had. In the past, Shurmur has used a zone blocking scheme and does utilize pulling his linemen, which could be done with the skill and ability of both his guards in this system, as well as an athletic tackle like Jordan Seaton, who has shown ability to be able to pull and run down the field with his prior teams. One thing is for certain, I do believe Colorado will look to establish the run to help Shedeur out from being as pressured as he was last year, but also the new offensive line should help as well. Shedeur himself, while playing college football 25 with Travis Hunter, exclaimed when he broke a long run that they will be relying much more heavily on the run game, unlike last season. So now, let's take a look at the actual players that we brought in to compete in the running back room and where they might find themselves on the depth chart. Now, before we get to the newcomers, first up is returning player Charlie Offerdahl. Offerdahl, of course, earned his scholarship for this year through his passion, hard work, and ability to just pound through anything. That consistency and work ethic not only earned him his scholarship, But Coach Prime has actually said that going into camp, Charlie was considered running back number 1. Possibly that is a challenge for the other backs Coach Prime has wanted to set to get them to match Charlie's work ethic. But I believe Charlie will get his most use of his career with Coach Prime this season. Now, outside of Charlie, the production and success is mainly going to come from newcomers to this offense. The big get this offseason was running back Dallan Hayden, who came to Colorado via Ohio State.
Hayden inside the 10, kept his footing and gets in. Dallan Hayden.
Many believe Ohio State has probably the best running back room in the nation and has for a while. And while Hayden was number 3 on the depth chart there, Ohio State fans saw him as being the future of that room and the team.
Hayden will get a carry. Hayden with a burst. Hayden in the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
But with Hayden being stuck behind some of the best backs in the country, he wanted to get the opportunity to prove himself as a number 1 now. So into the transfer portal he went. Now, in his freshman season at Ohio State, they had some injury issues to their running backs, giving Hayden some room and opportunity to actually get some good playing time. And well, during that time, Hayden flourished and showed flashes of what he could be once given the reins of the starting position. During his run as the top back during that period, Hayden rushed 111 times for 555 yards and 5 touchdowns. All better stats than any back on the Buffs last year, while not even being the full-time starter at Ohio State. For Hayden, it goes all the way back to high school, where he was a 4-star recruit out of Tennessee and also named Mr. Football in 2021. Again, this wasn't a case of someone leaving a school because they weren't living up to expectations. No, this was a good player who just had amazing players ahead of him. Look for Hayden to come in and have a chance to become the lead back right away. If everything goes to plan, that is my expectations for him, and I expect Hayden to have a very good 2024 season for the Buffs. The other big-time transfer came in the form of Isaiah Agustave from Arkansas. As a true freshman last year, Agustave was able to put up 202 rushing yards and 1 touchdown in only 4 games of action before redshirting. Out of high school, Agustave was actually rated as the number 6 running back in the nation for the 2023 class. So he comes in ready to prove himself as a very young back. Between Hayden and Agustave, they are my expectation for our 1-2 punch regularly for Colorado all season long. Now, outside of those transfers, Colorado also added a lot in the form of 2 top high school recruits in Micah Welch and Brandon Hood. Hood, of course, joins his brother Colton and cousin Trent after originally being committed to Georgia as a preferred walk-on. Hood could be a dark horse back on the team, as he was originally a 3-star recruit with amazing upside for his speed and agility alongside his breakaway speed. Hood isn't being talked about a ton by some Buffs fans, but should be looked at, especially during fall camp these next couple of weeks. I have a feeling that Hood may surprise a lot of people and make some really big plays that may turn some heads. The other freshman that we definitely can't forget is freshman Micah Welch out of Georgia, where in 2022, Welch was named Georgia Offensive Player of the Year. Welch could factor in as well as a true freshman, as he brings more of that smaller bowling ball type runner that could be good when short yards are needed. Both Welch and Hood could have some great pull in being the long-term 1-2 punch that Colorado could use for many years to come if they decide to stick around. That is probably the toughest thing we have to remember about today's college football world and what happened to Colorado's running back last year. With the transfer portal, having depth is a luxury not a lot of teams will continue having year to year, and teams will need to reload as that depth decides to transfer for other opportunities elsewhere. For now, the 5 backs that make up the main portion of Colorado's running back room gives them depth and the ability to compete for who wants to be that workhorse back for this team, or we could see a running back room by committee. That's it for this quick intro into the running back room for this upcoming season. If you like this video and our channel, make sure to subscribe, but also please share these videos and our channel as we continue to grow. Thanks again for watching. Again, I appreciate my entire subscribing fan base and the people who watch my videos regularly. One of the greatest things that I've seen is the consistency in our views, and most of that comes from you, the returning viewer, as well as those of you who are just finding our channel for the first time but choosing to subscribe. So again, I just want to thank you so very much for continuing to help this channel succeed and grow. For Buffs News Weekly, I'm Russ Dornish. Sco Buffs!
Give me my theme music!